What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am in a new position and you can see my medals behind me, which is super exciting. I am filming on my brand new Sony camera, so it's a little new for me. I'm trying to get used to the features and everything, so trying to find a good spot because it's got like this huge tripod. But anyways, if you're new here, I'm Tina. I talk about everything health, fitness, lifestyle, adventure, and I do a lot of product reviews. And I want to talk to y'all today about my Brooks running shoe. Alright, so I did a little unboxing on my TikTok channel and my Instagram. So if you follow me there, you probably have seen that I did an unboxing of the Brooks shoe. I will have to tell you that I am obsessed with the Hyperion Max 3s. As I mentioned in my other social media channels, I am a diehard Brooks girly. You probably can see some of the other videos I have here talking about the Ghost Max 3, which I use for walking, and the Hyperion 2. I will be honest, the Hyperion Max 3s are probably my favorite, and I was a literal like Hyperion 2 advocate because I loved how light they were, but I can guarantee you that these are just as light. And I want to talk you through first impressions of my Max 3s, what I love about them, how I use them and PR'd in my last half marathon, and how they compare to the Hyperion 2. So let's get into it. First off, I want to say that I am now, which is super exciting to announce, I am partnered with Brooks. So if you do shop any of the links that are Brooks affiliated that I present to you, it does help me. I very much appreciate it. I do get a little kickback, which is kind of nice. But before I was even partnered with them, I was literally obsessed with Brooks. It's the only thing that I truly loved running in. And I will say, I've been running for a very long time. I have a lot of races under my belt just in the last 2-ish years, almost 2 years starting in November. I have about 20-ish races under my belt. And then prior to that, I was an avid runner. I'd run all the time. I did 10Ks, 15Ks, 5Ks. Like, I have been running for a very long time. I've tried a lot of different shoes, and Brooks have just been my number one, and I will literally die with a pair of Brooks on. So, but that's just a little bit about the sponsorship. I'm super excited. That's a big win for me and a big deal because I love the brand so much, but also like I'm a small content creator. I don't have a lot of followers, and for them to pick me to be part of their like partnerships team and work with them is very exciting, and I'm super thankful. So thanks, Brooks. Okay, unboxing for those who did not get to see them. These are them. They are so cute. I have a new color. These are brand new. I ran in the Luminary Cyber Pink Black, and I'll show you a picture of what they look like here. But those are the ones I ran in. These ones here are a newer color for me, but they're giving like Saved by the Bell, early 90s vibes, which I love. I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, and I can tell you that I just love these colors so much. So these are brand new, which is why they have like no miles on them. But I will say I bought another pair because though my other ones don't have hardly any miles on them, they have about, I'd probably say like 100 miles on them maybe. With all of the running I've been doing, breaking them in and training before that half, they are currently on sale right now for $149.95. If you click the link in my channel description, it'll take you right to the Hyperion Max and the Brooks page. So you can do a search, get your size, get your color before they're sold out, because they are going to be releasing the Hyperion Max 4 soon. So if you want a shoe that's on sale, you want to try the 3s, or you love the 3s already, go get your shoes because they're like $50 off, which is crazy. So anyways, let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about how they compare from this Hyperion Max 3 to the Hyperion Max 2, which I no longer have. I ran my last pair of Hyperion 2s into the actual ground, and I sent them to a recycle facility for running shoes at our local place. They have drop-offs for people who are getting rid of old shoes. So anyways, what I would say about these in comparison. So I would say these ones are probably more protective for long runs because they have the cushion. So that is one thing. With the Hyperion 2s, you can go and check out my review on those, but they're super light and they have zero cushion. So you are like literally like if you want no cushion whatsoever and just to be able to be fast and light and snappy, those are probably for you. I like these for half marathon, and if you're marathon training, I think they're great. For like shorter races too, 5Ks, 10Ks, again, it's my versatile shoe. So I think you can't go wrong with it. But again, the best thing and my recommendation always is use the Brooks shoe finder so that you can see which ones are right for you. But what I also love about Brooks is they have an amazing and phenomenal return policy. So if you try the Max 3s out and you're like, actually there's too much cushion, or maybe there's not enough cushion, or whatever the case may be, you have 90 days to return them, and you can run in them and still return them. So I definitely would check them out because you'd be able to find the best shoe for you. Why I like them for my races is because with the Hyperion 2s, those are my race shoes. They were my speed shoes. I didn't do a lot of like long like easy runs in them. I did long runs because I had to train in them, but I didn't do a lot of like just easy runs. I did a lot of speed work in them, and I thought they were really great. I did PR a lot of races. I did not PR my Disney run. That's actually when I tore my hip, but I again I had a whole issue. That's a whole nother story to talk about in the course and how the course actually caused me to like tear my hip. It was just a whole thing. But anyways, they still are fast. I still got 1 minute above my original like time. So I was 2:15 at the Disney half. I was 2:14 at the Monterey Bay half. And then the Utah Valley half, I was 2:07, I think, something like that. I really love these because they have a speed vault plate in them. There you go. Okay, so here it is. It is their speed vault plate. It's not trying to be like those carbon plated race model shoes. So like a lot of people are running in the Nike shoes or like, I don't even know, like whatever like those professional plated shoes are. That's not what this is. However, it works more like a guidance and efficiency tool rather than like launch you into orbit tools. So I like it. It's great. I mean, I'm not a professional running athlete. I'm not like racing to be #1 in the Boston Marathon, like whatever. But I want to be fast and I want to PR, and this shoe is a great in between. What really surprised me about it is plated shoes can feel kind of aggressive or kind of like forcing you onto your toes. The Hyperion Max 3 doesn't really feel like that. It basically just gives you an extra pop without like sacrificing comfort. Okay, the other thing is cushioning. I do feel like they're plush and they provide enough cushion without actually like providing bulk, if that makes any sense. Like I said, when you get into these like higher cushion shoes, it adds weight. There's some cushion shoes out there that are as heavy as 10 ounces, which again, some people can feel them, some people can't. I will say this is just enough cushion to where I was working through an injury during my race, and they still provided a lot of support, but they were fast and light. This, I will say, it's pretty smooth heel to toe. It encourages quicker turnover as well. So if that's something you're looking for, this is great at handling that without forcing it. When you're like picking up the pace, you're tired, your last like 2 miles of any race, whether it's like a 10K, a half mile, marathon, whatever, I will say at the end of my half marathon, I was gassed and it was starting to get hot and I needed to go faster and my legs were so tired, and these provided the efficiency I needed to be able to push it for those last 2 miles. All right, let's talk about stability. When it comes to stability with this shoe, again, it's a great option for runners who want cushion without feeling wobbly. I did my last 13.1, so my last half marathon. It was the Utah Valley Marathon series, so I did the half, and it was, majority of it was downhill. And I'm telling you, for downhill races, you need a stable shoe. You need a stable ride because you can, you know, easily twist your ankles. You're literally like this the whole time going down the hill. So I will say, this gave me a really stable ride. It wasn't like the Drop 13 or like these big canyon races, unless you did the marathon. If you did the marathon, you were like the whole like 21-ish miles, so that was a lot. But I did 13, so about 10-ish miles is when it kind of leveled out for me. But it wasn't like straight downhill. There were some flats as well. And it was just a really good, stable shoe for that. I also hit a little bit of gravel. There was some construction on the race and on the course, and it handled it pretty nicely. I wouldn't say go run a trail in these, but it definitely, for like the maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds I was on gravel, it's perfect. All right, it's crazy to say that I PR'd in these shoes, because I will say I wasn't sure I was going to PR at all. Even though it was a downhill race and you do get some speed, I was really using it as a time for me to make sure I don't blow my hip out, because I do have a tear in my hip. I have glute tendinosis, so inflammation in my glutes. I've just been running myself really hard to like get these races. If you don't know, I am made a goal for my dad, who has passed, to do 40 races before I turn 40. I'm 30. I'm 38 right now. I turned 39 in November, so I'm ahead of the game. I'm good to go, but it's a lot of wear and tear on my body, and so I will say that I was trying to take this race as kind of like my last half for the year. I don't know if I'm going to do another half this year, just given the condition of my body right now. I will do like smaller races, 10Ks, 5Ks, just for fun and to keep up for my goal. But all that to be said, that I PR'd by 7 minutes. And that's because I felt phenomenal. Like, my feet felt good. There was one point where I thought I might have actually lost a toenail. And again, that's not anything to the shoe. I literally have been running races for the last year and a half, so my toes are not my friend. But I will tell you, when I took off my shoe, I don't know what I was feeling, but my toenails were fine, and there was no blood and no blisters, so I don't know. I just was having a moment, I guess. So that was exciting to see. It wasn't the shoe, it wasn't me, it was, I don't know, like some mental thing I had going on maybe. I have no idea, but it was pretty funny. The video is actually on my Instagram or my TikTok, so if you're interested, go check it out. But yeah, outside of that, I would say I PR'd, which is crazy. They were comfortable start to finish. I did have that weird sensation where I thought I lost a toenail, but when I took off, to go back, I had that happen at mile 6, okay? And my legs were fine, my feet were fine, I was feeling great. It may have been that I just hit like a nerve ending wrong and it made it feel that way, whatever. But throughout the whole race, even after that, the pain went away within like, I don't know, maybe a half a mile. So I don't know, again, it was just a weird thing. But no hot spots, no rubbing, I didn't have foot fatigue. It was just that one like weird toenail incident that ended up being literally nothing. So I just want to be transparent about that, because I don't know what it was, but it wasn't the shoe. All right, I have talked about all of the pros and why I love this shoe. Let me tell you, there is a little bit of cons to the Max 3. It's not the cheapest shoe. Retail regular price is 200 bucks. Again, if you want to try this, they're on sale. Click the link in the description. They're 149 bucks right now, so like 50 bucks off, that's crazy. So when you can get them on sale, they're a better option. But again, they're not the cheapest option. If you prefer something that is super marshmallowy comfort, these are probably not the best option. I would say they're more firmer than like that marshmallow feel. Again, a lot of comfort, very light shoe, but it's not going to give you, like, this is running on like a little cloud, not like a big marshmallowy cloud, if that makes any sense. Also, I will say, I do easy runs in these, but again, they may be more shoe than you really need for an easy run. So if you're not racing and you're just doing like fun runs, you're not trying to PR, like you're not doing these like crazy aggressive training plans, you probably don't need a shoe like this. However, if you are, this may be right for you. So when I think about like who these shoes are best for, half marathon runners, absolutely. Marathon runners, absolutely. Unless you're graduating to those carbon plate shoes, these are a great in between. really anyone who's looking for a shoe for most of their training. Again, I think it's very versatile. Who else is this for? Runners who want cushion without losing responsiveness. Great option. The other thing which is kind of unique, if you have tried carbon plated shoes, what I deem super shoes, and you felt like they weren't stable enough for you, try these out. I think that with their speed vault plate, it gives you enough snap and responsiveness without feeling like you have an unstable ride. At the end of the day, shoes are totally personal. So like I said, definitely check out the Brooks Finder. Do the test. It takes like maybe 5 minutes and it will tell you what shoe is recommended based off the type of runs you do and the like different questions it asks. It gives you kind of like the style of runner you are. I definitely recommend that. But when it comes to my favorite shoe, I am now obsessed with the Max 3s. I definitely will be running in these for a really long time. I love Brooks. Again, I have different treadmill shoes and I can do a review on those soon as well. I just don't run on the treadmill as much as I used to because it's summer and I run outside. But when it's winter, I do run indoors and I switch my shoes up for that. But again, Hyperion Max 3 checks every box for me. They are comfortable, responsive, versatile. Most importantly, they help me PR my half marathon. So I'm excited for that. But that's about the best review I can get when it comes to Brooks. Again, if you're interested, you can check out the other videos that I have on my page on the Ghost Max 3, and the Hyperion 2s. I do appreciate you watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And we'll see you next time on the next product review.